Day 3 of the Lord's Test, when you look at it, presented the most iconic, or if you want to be known as the most memorable photo in a series that lacked spice. The finger wagging and the heat that was there between Zak Crawley and the Indian cricket team has divided experts and has divided social media as always. Was Zak Crawley right? Was the Indian team's outburst right? This is the thing that is the chatter on social media, because one of the individuals who's taken a direct shot at Shubman Gill is Jonathan Trott, the former England player. He mentioned, I don't like the acting from Shubman Gill as a captain. You set the tone, and also it reminded him of a former captain who used to do all this. Now, he's gotten a lot of abuse for that comment. But actually, when you look at it, I don't like the acting from Shubman Gill. Now, the choice of word acting might necessarily not be true. He was, you may say, genuinely riled up by it. But whether this was justified, that we don't know. Anil Kumble also schooled the England team. Because obviously he mentioned that, he said, probably they didn't want to face a single over. Crawley and Duckett came, they just wanted to survive, and they decided that, okay, we will only survive one over, we will not survive 2 overs. So that's why 6 minutes they played it out, and there was plenty of drama in that sense. Dinesh Karthik also weighed in by saying, last 5 minutes was theatre, madness, absolute drama. Crawley not wanting to play, understandably so. Nowhere within the rules is it mentioned that yes, you will have to ensure that a batter is penalized for these antics. Everybody is misinterpreting rule 41.10. But I'm sorry, 41.10 doesn't work in this sense. He's already come out to bat. Zak Crawley, when you look at it, and Ben Duckett, even if it was India, they would have done the same thing. Sorry, there is no holier than thou in this particular instance. Michael Vaughan also weighed in by saying, neither team can complain. Because for one simple reason, India is harping on the fact we could have gotten one more over. But I'm sorry, in the entire test match, your over rate has been abysmal. And one hopes if there is a fair game, both teams should get very heavily penalized. I'm sorry, you cannot get away with slow over rates, especially in this test match. However, we know that there are a lot of Indian social media players who just want to pander to the galleries, because they mentioned, and the award for the worst actor goes to Zak Crawley and Ben Duckett. I'm sorry, Jasprit Bumrah bowling, he got hit on the fingers. It was an injury. And now people will say, oh, he was just faking an injury. I'm sorry, once you get hit on the gloves, there is pain, my friend. And Bumrah is not a dibbly-dobbly bowler of 100, 110 miles per hour. He bowls close to 140. You can get injured. But this is a very interesting bit. I mean, this is a scene from Lagan in which Captain Russell is just pointing at Bhuvan, tum. And Zak Crawley is doing the same thing to Shubman Gill. So that is funny in more ways than one. And Indian team is clapping for Zak Crawley's acting of injury, peak cinema. I'm sorry, my friends, whoever is peddling this lie that Zak Crawley was acting, I'm sorry, he wasn't acting. You can say that he got hit, he deserved a physio treatment. But it is not as if India were on the receiving end, others would be saying the same thing as well. So no one wins in this particular battle. But was the Gill-Crawley confrontation necessary? Because even KL Rahul mentioned, even understandably so, we also would have done it, if you have to listen to it very carefully. So it's good for peak cinema, but we have already got a major talking point today as well. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.